What's up? What's up? What's up? This is your boy Dre Day, and you are tuned in to another episode of Dre Day Sport Talk Podcast. This is my last day on vacation, so I figured why not do a preview of the NBA season that's coming up. We're now in October. Preseason basketball is now in effect, so why not just give my predictions and outlooks of what I think is going to happen this upcoming season. As you can see, it's just me, but my dearly beloved, my son, Joshua, he's behind the scenes, he's in the background. He's going to ask his dad the questions, and I'm going to answer them, and we're going to make this thing rock out. So, without further ado, let's get this thing going.
All right. Who do you think will win MVP of the season?
LeBron. I think that with him moving to the West, and I think with him joining an inexperienced Lakers team and them making the playoffs this season, because contrary to what people think that they're not going to make the playoffs. I'm not one of them people. I believe with LeBron being in now, it's going to entice the new players, Rondo, Lance Stevenson, Michael Beasley, and, all the other pieces. Aside from the pieces that they have now, I believe that they're going to expand and do better things. And with his leadership, obviously we know LeBron makes people better. So I can see him being the MVP candidate this season, especially if the Lakers make the playoffs, which I think they will. I think they'll be a top 4 seed. So if they could be a top 4 seed, I see no reason on why LeBron shouldn't be the MVP this season.
Okay. Who do you think will win Defensive Player of the Year?
Interesting. I have 2 players, I think. I think Anthony Davis is one of them. Rudy Gobert won last year, rightfully so. I think AD can definitely win it this year. He's already proven that he's a hell of a defensive player. Obviously grabbing rebounds, catching steals, blocking shots in the paint. And I think Kawhi. If Kawhi is the old Kawhi that we know from San Antonio days, and now with him being in the East, fresh new start. If he can show us them old San Antonio days, I can see him winning his 3rd Defensive Player of the Year award, because obviously he won 2 of them when he was with the Spurs. So those are my 2, choices for Defensive Player of the Year, either Anthony Davis or Kawhi Leonard.
All right. What about who do you think would be the Coach of the Year?
Well, it piggybacks off of the MVP. If the Lakers can be a 4th seed in the Western Conference, then I see no reason on why Luke Walton shouldn't win Coach of the Year. Obviously, he's coaching an inexperienced team. You now have a veteran like LeBron and a bunch of other newcomers. The Lakers obviously haven't won in about 5-6 years. They haven't been in the playoffs in about 5-6 years. So if the Lakers can somehow be a top 4 seed, do some damage, and make the playoffs, I don't see any reason why Luke Walton shouldn't be front runner for the MVP.
All right. What do you think? Who do you think of 8 teams that would make the playoffs in the East and West?
Okay. In the East, I will go with, obviously, the 3 locks is Boston, Philly, Toronto. I'm going to go with Indiana. I'm going to go with, let's see. Milwaukee, I forgot about them. That's 5, right? That's 5. I'm going to go with the Wizards. I think with Dwight Howard being added to that equation now, I think this is a make or break year for Dwight Howard. I mean, I don't know what his contract is with the Wizards. I know he was supposed to go to Brooklyn, but they bought him out, and then he wound up being cleared off of waivers to go to Washington. So I think this is a make or break year for him. Like, I think Dwight Howard right now, he had the potential to be one of the greatest big men, but his attitude and how he depicts of the game and always joking around and laughing and not taking it seriously, I think that put a stain on his legacy. Regardless, I think he'll be a future Hall of Famer, but as far as his reputation in the league, I think right now that's damaged goods right now, and I think right now with him joining forces with Bradley Beal and John Wall, this is a make or break year for him. but off that, I still think the Wizards can make the playoffs. So that's 6 teams. I need 2 more teams. I will go with. Let's see. Just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna go a little biased here. I'm from New York, so I kind of want to see the Knicks make the playoffs. So that would be one of them. So I'll say the Knicks is a 7th team to make the playoffs, and that 8th seed, that's gonna be a tough one. I'll say Detroit. I like the addition of Dwayne Casey being there. I felt like he got fucked over in Toronto, being the head coach there, being a 1 seed and then getting swept against LeBron and then getting fired, which I think was fucked up. So, I think those would be the 8 teams in the Eastern Conference. My 8 teams in the West, obviously the Warriors, obviously Houston, OKC, the Lakers, like I said. This is no particular order. I'm just giving names. Minnesota, I think Minnesota will be there. Let's see. I think Denver. Denver's gonna be a sleeper. Damn, who else? Six. I'm trying to think. Portland. I think Portland will do some. I think Portland will do some damage this year. And that 8th seed is gonna be tough, But I gotta be biased, Ain't nobody really talking about them right now because Kawhi's not there no more. But I think with the addition of DeMar DeRozan and Pop still being there, I still trust and respect San Antonio. So I got to put them as the 8th seed. Well, one of the 8 seeds in the Western Conference. So I think the Spurs will go on a streak. They'll keep that streak going as far as being a team that makes consecutive playoff appearances. I think that streak still continues. I think the Spurs will be one of the 8 seeds in the West.
All right. Who do you think will be conference finals matchup?
Ooh, the Final Four. In the East, because the West is more interesting, so I'll say the East first. The conference finals, I have Boston and Philly. I think just for a true basketball fan's perspective, they would love to see that matchup. That goes back in the days with Larry Bird and Dr. J playing each other in the 80s. I think that will be reminiscent of that if that prediction was to come to fruition. So, yeah, in the East, I have Boston and I have Philly. And obviously, one of the questions you have next will be, who do I think will be in the finals? I'll decide on which team I think will win that. In the West, obviously we know the Warriors, so let's stop kidding ourselves. As far as who will be dancing with them, man, this is a tough one. I'm gonna just go with LeBron, man. I trust him. I trust him. I honestly think that I truly think that he's going to bring junior Showtime back to LA, not full Showtime with Magic and Kareem and James Worthy and them boys, but I do think that he'll bring some Showtime life to LA. Asses will be back in the seats. These young players will be hungry. They'll be ready to play with LeBron. I think Brandon Ingram will probably be the youngest one out of that core to really step his game up and play well with LeBron. I mean, obviously, we know what Kuz will bring to the table. Lonzo Ball, he's hurt right now, so we don't know what's going to happen with him when he comes back. But as far as that young core players that's there, I think Brandon Ingram is going to be the X factor out of all of them to help LeBron and take it to the next level. So in the West Conference Finals, I have Golden State and the Lakers, and in the East, I have Boston and Philly.
All right. Well, let's go a little bit off the season for a little bit.
Okay.
If you had an all-star team, who would it be?
An all-time all-star team? All-time all-star team or team players now?
All-star.
All-time all-star team. Oh, well, being that you're my son, obviously you should know who my point guard is. Do I need to say it? You know who, so go ahead and say it. Magic Johnson will be my point guard. Well, he'll be my starting point guard. Obviously, the guard, Michael Jordan, will be my second second player. Well, he'll be the first player picked, but I'm going by positions. Jordan would be my 2-point guard, my 2 shooting guard. LeBron would be my 3. He'll be my small forward. Tim Duncan would be my power forward. And it's biased because I'm always Team Shaq. Obviously, we know Kareem is the greatest center of all time, but I'm going to be biased on this one, and I'm going to go with Shaq. He's the most dominant force in the game ever, so I'm going to go with Shaq. Now, as far as my all-time team, obviously, I got to have reserves. So my backup point guard, I'm going to go with Jason Kidd, triple-double machine. He can score a little bit of points. He can rebound. He can assist. He can play defense. My backup shooting guard, going to be some controversy behind it, but obviously I got Jordan at the 2 as my starter. So I'm going to go with the Black Mamba. I'm going to go with Kobe at my backup shooting guard. My backup small forward, I'm going to go with Scottie Pippen. You know, triple-double machine, can score, rebound, defend. He can assist the ball. Hell, sometimes he can run the point. My power forward, it was Rodman, but I had to switch that. I'm going to give my man Garnett some love. Technically sound. He can kill you with words, get you off the game. Just ask Carmelo that. Can score, rebound, assist. I know in his early days, he could dribble the ball up the lane, be a point guard. He was a defensive presence. And my center, I'm going to go with Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. It was a toss-up between him and David Robinson. But, you know, when I used to play ball like that, I was a fan of his move, the Dream Shake. You know, there was times I used that move to fool people around. So, you know, I'm going to go with Hakeem Olajuwon on that one. So, my all-time team, Magic, Mike, LeBron, Duncan, Shaq, J-Kidd, Black Mamba, Pimp, the Big Ticket, and Hakeem the Dream.
All right. Now, if you could assign a coach to that team, who would it be and why?
Popovich.
And why?
Just his attitude. Obviously, you know, the safe pick would be Phil Jackson because he has 11 rings. I get all of that. You know, he repeated 3 times. I get all of that. But Popovich, the way he treated his players, if he can bark on his best players, which is Duncan and Robinson, Parker and Ginobili, if he can chew their ass up, you know, that right there tells you nobody is safe from criticism. You know, you could be the best player on the team. If I see that you're not on your game and I got to chew you up, that lets the other players know, all right, we really got to be on our game because if he gets on their ass, he's definitely going to get on mine. So I respect Popovich as a coach. I respect him more as a coach. Obviously, Phil Jackson has the more success, but as far as who do I respect more as a coach, it's Popovich hands down. So I'll have him as my all-time coach.
Okay, so what team are you rooting for this year?
No team. I'm just a fan. I can say who I think is going to win the championship, but as far as, you know, do I have a team that I'm rooting for? No. But, you know, there is a team that I do think will win the finals, and I'm quite sure we're going to get to that soon. But as far as me having my own team, no, I don't have my own team. No. I used to, but those days is over.
Okay, what do you think about the decision of Kawhi switching to the Raptors?
Well, as a Spurs supporter, not a fan, but supporter, I wished he could have stayed in San Antonio. I felt like, you know, that situation there was pretty much messed up. It was fucked up prematurely. You know, it was a lot of drama that was going on there as far as some of the players calling him out within the media and, you know, questioning his injuries and things of that nature. I just felt like the torch should have been passed to him in San Antonio. Each generation in San Antonio, the torch was passed to somebody. You know, David Robinson was there. You know, he passed the torch to Duncan. You know, Duncan passed the torch to Tony Parker and Ginobili at one time. Then Duncan, you know, passed the torch to Kawhi. He was supposed to be the future of the Spurs. And now, right now, that's up in the open right now. So, as far as him going to Toronto, I'm quite, obviously Kawhi made his choices on who he wanted to go to, but he know how this game go. You know, just because you say you want to go to this place doesn't mean it's gonna happen. it might happen next year because he'll be a free agent. But obviously, Popovich and R.C. Buford, they wasn't going to accommodate you and, send you to L.A. to make them better. That wasn't going to happen. But as far as him in Toronto, I think it'd be a nice fit. Again, if this is the old Kawhi of before, oh yeah, it's open season. I think the combination with him and Serge Ibaka, two great defenders. Obviously, Kawhi is going to be guarding the best perimeter player on each team. I think that Kyle Lowry, this is a make or break year for him. He's had too many opportunities to really, show what type of player he is. He has to step up this year. But as far as Kawhi, I think Kawhi's going to be fine this year. He's in the East, so chances are he'll be an all-star if he's healthy. So I can see some good things from Kawhi this year.
Okay. All right. Do you think Jerry West should be the logo?
No.
Or if not, then who should?
Well, Jerry West is the logo because, obviously, for whatever the reason is, he's the logo. But I feel like if you're going to be the logo, if you got somebody repping the league, it should be somebody that's won something. I think Jerry West probably only won, 2 championships? 2 or 1. So, I think they need to change that. I think they need to change the logo. But it's tough to pick who I think should be the logo because, all these other guys, they got their own logos now. The NBA might have to cough up some extra money for these guys to have their own, to be their logo. But, we're going to play the game. You asked the question, I'm going to answer it. So who do I think should be the logo? Obviously, Jordan, the God. It's that simple. But I get why Jerry West, I get why he's the logo. But me personally, I feel like it should be somebody else.
All right. Now let's go back to the regular season now. Who do you think would be a good addition to the Lakers?
Well, if it's one thing I know about Magic, he's not going to do nothing this season. That's going to take place next season. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I know next year they're going to go after a free agent. I would love Anthony Davis to play with the Lakers, honestly. I had 2 players in mind. I had Klay Thompson and Anthony Davis, but I'm going to just say Anthony Davis. I think the Lakers are in need of a real big man. I like JaVale McGee. He's a cool dude. He's a cool cat. He can rebound. He can defend. He doesn't really score that many buckets, but I think with Anthony Davis there and have that tandem as a 4 and 5, LeBron moves to the 3, and I guess Kuzma or Ingram at the 2, Rondo or Alonzo at the 1 next year. Because obviously this year the Lakers, the furthest I have them going is the conference finals. I don't see them making the finals. When LeBron made this move and no other key players decided to go there with him, I figured that this is probably a 2 to 4 year plan. This year, they'll make the playoffs, make the conference finals. Next year will be the year they do some serious damage. So next year will be the year they really be in their bag. And I think next year they're going to go out there and try to get Anthony Davis. But I don't know if it's through free agency or they'll have to make some trades, but I think next year they're going after AD, no doubt.
Okay. Well, as you said earlier about the Lakers going to make the conference finals.
Yes.
Do you think LeBron will have to carry them there?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, you're going to have to carry them there. If LeBron was to get hurt right now in the preseason, and not even preseason, let's say regular season, 10 games in the season, he tears his Achilles, we knock on wood so it don't happen. He's done for the rest of the year. The Lakers season is in shambles. They're going right back to not making the playoffs, to carry on what's been going on now without making the playoffs. So, I think they could do some stuff this year. I think the Lakers, again, I think they're gonna make the playoffs. Obviously, LeBron's gonna have to carry them, but he's a leader. Like he's one of the great leaders of this league. If he could take a bunch of trash bags to the playoffs in Cleveland, I don't see why he can't do this with the young core players and with the Lakers. Because it's not like they don't have talent. The one thing that they lacked was leadership, and now they got that with LeBron. And again, he's one of the great leaders of this league. So I can see the Lakers doing some stuff this season. I think LeBron will be a great leader for them and carrying them to the playoffs.
Okay. So, what do you think about Kobe wanting to come out of retirement to play with LeBron?
That's a rumor. I heard that rumor, but I don't think Kobe's coming back. He's enjoying his retirement life. Besides, he's helping all these players get in shape. You know, he's helping players better their game. You know, the Greek Freak just said that he was training with Kobe not too long ago. I know my girl Candace Parker. Yes, I watch the WNBA too. I'm a Candace Parker guy. I know she was working out with him. Gabby Williams, one of my UConn girls, she was working out with him. You know, just working on their footwork to get better for next season. Jason Tatum is working out with him, who's a Celtic, by the way. So a former Laker helping a current Celtic. Yeah, a little crazy. But again, Kobe's enjoying his retirement life. You know, he's nurturing these people and helping them get better. Kobe don't need to come back. He need to just retire, stay where he's at. He's old now. Like, it's over and done with, man. You got your money. Enjoy your retirement life. Enjoy your 3 babies, or whether it's 4 now. Enjoy that. You played your game. You won your 5 championships. You're one of the greatest players that ever played. Enjoy your retirement life, man.
All right. So, who do you think would be the NBA final matchups?
Unless God strikes down and injure Boogie, Steph, Durant, Clay, and Draymond, the Warriors will be in the finals. As far as who they're going to play, I have to go with Boston. I think I have Boston as the team to beat in the East. They didn't make the finals last year. They was 1 game away. Obviously, they lost to Cleveland. I think experience kicked in Game 7. Obviously, they was playing a much superior player in LeBron. Last year, they didn't play with, Kyrie and Gordon Hayward. And, well, the last game of the conference finals, obviously, Gordon Hayward didn't play no game because he was hurt. But I think if Boston is healthy this season, I truly think that they'll make the NBA Finals. So yeah, that's my finals pick. I think I got Boston and the Warriors in the finals.
All right. So, out of those two, who do you think is going to be NBA champion?
Well, they're already a dynasty, and the last team that won a three-peat was the Lakers, I believe. I think it was 2000, 2001, 2002. So I think this year, I hate to say it, it'd be the first time in many years that we had a three-peat champ, and it would be the Warriors. It's a wrap. It is what it is. I have the Warriors winning. So that's my NBA prediction for this upcoming season. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I had to do an episode before I go back home tomorrow. I had to share a bond with my son as far as me doing this video. So until next time, this has been another episode of Dre Day Sport Talk Podcast. I'm out. Peace and love, world. Peace and love.